I want to introduce you a little bit about Mr. Lamba today, who's our expert. He's considered one of the topmost Vastu astro-numerologists in India, and he has over 19 years of experience, and he's been providing excellent Vastu service, numerology, astrology predictions. And his clients are coming from everywhere around the world, India, USA, UK, Australia, Dubai, Singapore, and the list goes on and on. And it applies to anybody. It can be a business person, it can be a professional, it can be a person working in media, or even stay-at-home parents. So a lot of people have gained a lot of benefits from his predictions, and we hope we can share some of his tips with you today. So over to you, Mr. Lamba. You can.
Good evening, friends. Welcome to this webinar. I am Amit Lamba, astrologer and Vastu consultant, and I have been consulting for the past 19 years. And I am very happy Vedic Roots have given me an opportunity to interact with you, to share my knowledge of Vastu Shastra, and I hope each one of you will benefit immensely with this knowledge of Vastu Shastra. I'll give you all the information that you need, and you'll understand how it works in your life. Hello, yeah. Many times I have seen in my experience that people work very hard. They are extremely intelligent, but they really do not get the kind of success that they deserve. Everybody wants to have a luxurious life, good family life, but many times they are not able to get what they really want to achieve. So for such people, I always tell them, you should try and check out the Vastu Shastra of your house. Maybe there is something which is blocking your success. Maybe if you get your house checked by a qualified Vastu consultant and sort of enhance the energies of the house, you are surely going to benefit more than what you have been doing. You're going to achieve more success than what you have been before you tried Vastu Shastra. What is Vastu Shastra? Vastu Shastra, the name Vastu means to live, to reside. And Shastra, loosely if you connect it, it is called a science of architecture. So Vastu Shastra basically is the science of architecture, which was written by our sages more than 5,000 years ago. Our sages in those times, in those days, thousands of years back, even without the latest technology, they had complete knowledge about the planets, the gravitational force. Without the magnetic compass, they had every knowledge about the forces of nature. And based on these, our sages created or wrote down certain rules of Vastu Shastra, which, if implemented in your life, in your house, in your office, in your factory, you are going to benefit immensely through those rules of Vastu Shastra. Now, where did this Vastu Shastra start? As Madam told, Vastu Shastra basically originated from the Vedas, maybe around approximately 5,000 years back. The story goes that Brahma created this world. Brahma created this world, and he appointed Vishwakarma. He was the first, you can say, architect. Vishwakarma developed a system of architecture with which, if you follow those principles, which include how to use the energies of light, wind, water, gravitational energy, gravitational forces of the nature, and use them in constructing a house, which will help you immensely benefit from the place that you are living in, that property, in that house, in that land. Even if you go back and search for Vastu Shastra, we have found that Vastu Shastra was even in the times of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. We have also found references of Vastu Shastra in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. So Vastu Shastra is basically an ancient science. In the olden times, our kings had their personal Vastu consultant and astrologers in their courts, and all the cities, palaces were developed as per the science of Vastu Shastra. Even if you might have also heard that India was considered as a golden sparrow, Sone ki chidiya, because in those days everybody used to follow Vastu Shastra. Kings basically used to follow Vastu Shastra and develop cities and palaces based on the rules of Vastu Shastra. So this is how the concept of Vastu Shastra has developed over the period of time. So let us understand what is the importance of Vastu Shastra. See, Vastu Shastra is basically how you use the energies. The Vastu Shastra is based on the 5 elements of nature: air, water, wind, fire, and space. In Vastu Shastra, when we talk about all these elements, in olden times, there was no electricity. So our sages, when they wrote down the rules of Vastu Shastra, they mentioned that always have windows in the east side, doors in the east side of the house. How it had was during, as soon as the sun rose, the natural light used to come into your house, and it is considered very beneficial. In Vastu Shastra, there are 10 directions. The 10 directions are east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. So what happens is that Vastu Shastra is basically the interplay of all these directions. Each direction has certain things which can give you, and certain good points and certain bad points, and we have to basically understand how we can enhance the energies of those directions. This ensures good health, comfort, and positive relationships. Vastu Shastra helps you to enhance your career, wealth. There are certain directions in Vastu Shastra which connect to your health, certain directions in Vastu Shastra which connect to your career. So when you enhance the energies of these directions, you are going to get fantastic benefits, and your career and health is going to improve. Yeah. See, now in Vastu Shastra, there is the house that we look at, and also there are surroundings. Both play a very, very important role in Vastu Shastra. Your internal house Vastu, the location of the bedroom, the location of the door, the location of the windows, the location of other things, and the external factors. Where is your garage? Where are what is the direction? Where is your there are trees? Which direction are heavy trees? There are no trees. Where is the lawn? All those things play a very, very important role in Vastu Shastra. And in Vastu Shastra, the most important direction in Vastu Shastra for prosperity is the northeast. Remember, northeast plays a very, very important role in Vastu Shastra. Any one of you can download a compass on your mobile phone, and you stand in the center of your house and check out where is the northeast. Northeast is the most important direction, and the northeast should be empty and should have no storage, no bathroom, no kitchen, no toilets. The moment you have a clean northeast, all the positive energy from the northeast starts to move around the house. Trees play a very important role. The front door of your house, the entrance of your house should be open. There should be no heavy trees or no lamp posts. This can block energies coming into your house. Let us talk a little bit about Vastu Purush. Can you see this? I have a picture of Vastu Purush over here. Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can. Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. So when you type Vastu Shastra or Vastu Purush, you'll find this picture on Google or any site. Now, what is this? This is the Vastu Purush, which is in every piece of land. This is in every property. And when you look at this Vastu Purush is a man who is sleeping with his head upside down. Okay. Now, this is prevailing in every piece of land. The head of this Vastu Purush points towards the northeast, and the bottom part of the body points towards the southwest. Now, therefore, when I say that the northeast should be light and empty, which means that the head portion of this Vastu Purush should not have anything heavy or kitchen or toilet, because this is where we do the thinking part, the planning part, the decision making part, education, intelligence. And this Vastu Purush is always upside down in any piece of property. The moment you start following the rules of Vastu and designing your house as per Vastu, conducting pujas to enhance the energies of Vastu, it is believed that this Vastu Purush turns around and he starts to give you the energies to grow and to prosper. Now, we have a slide where we'll discuss about the directions. There are 8 directions. In all, there are total 10 directions. The 8 directions, as I mentioned to you earlier, north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. But there are 2 more directions, the sky and underground, which is called Patal. Now, where do they use that? Patal or underground direction, it is used in the construction of basements, underground parkings. So this is how Vastu Shastra is designed, that we have to take care of all these directions, the center of the house, the other 8 directions to enhance the energies of Vastu Shastra. Basically, you should always start with the northeast. Always start with the northeast. Northeast is the direction of positive energy. Northeast is the direction of God. Northeast is the direction of intelligence, education. So the first thing as a Vastu consultant, when I visit anybody's house, we always check the northeast first. In fact, all of you can download a compass on your mobile and check out the northeast of your houses. Northeast, if it is good, clean, empty, without any heavy structure, positive energy starts, moving around the house. Next, if you check this frame, you will find southwest, which is diagonally opposite the northeast direction. Now, in southwest is basically considered the direction of Rahu or the demon, and here we find this is the direction of the legs or the bottom part of the body, which can take a heavy weights. So always remember that the southwest of your house should have something very heavy, wardrobes, your master bedroom, because along with the other things, other factors, southwest is considered the place of earth, the Prithvi Tattva in Vastu Shastra. What do you mean by Prithvi Tattva? Prithvi Tattva means the direction of stability of life. So when you are having a master bedroom in the southwest, there is immense stability in your life. So whenever we check out the Vastu, we always tell our clients, move if you are having any kind of instability in life, any kind of blockage in your growth, any kind of problems in relationships, you should shift your bedroom somewhere towards the southwest of your house. Then there are these other directions. Let us discuss the southeast. So southeast is basically considered the Agni Sthan of the house, or the Agni Sthan, the place of fire. So what happens is, it is always advisable that people should have their kitchen in the southeast of your house. When you enhance the energies of the southeast, when you have the kitchen in the southeast, southeast is basically energy. Energy means how you work, the energy to work hard, the energy to grow. So having a kitchen in the southeast will help you immensely. It will make you work hard. It will give you more opportunities. So that is a little bit about the southeast. Let us come to the other direction, which is very, very important in Vastu Shastra, which is called the center of your house. The center of your house is basically considered the Brahmasthana. The Brahmasthana. What is Brahmasthana? Brahmasthana is the place where Brahma resides. Who is Brahma? Brahma created this world. So he has given himself the center point of the house to live into Brahmasthana. So always remember, if you want the blessings of Brahma, the creator of this world, the center of your house should be empty. There should be no staircase or no heavy structures or beams or pillars in the center of the house. If it is not there, then Brahma will be happy and his blessings, with his blessings, you will grow in life. Let us discuss a little bit about the drawing room or the main living room of the house. So living room is very, very important to have as per Vastu, because living room is the place where we all sit together, eat together, discuss, plan, watch television. So living room should be absolutely perfect as per Vastu, so that the people sit together and have a good time. Whenever we design the living room, always remember, people, when you sit in the living room, you should always face the east direction, and if it is not possible, you should face the north direction. These are the most important directions to be facing when you are sitting in the living room. The reason is that if when you are facing the east, obviously your sofa would be in the west or the south direction. And as per Vastu Shastra, it is believed that your west and the south should be the heaviest part of the house or the room, so that the energies of this direction are a bit suppressed, and the empty portion should be the east or the north, and those energies will start to affect you in a very positive manner. Also, very important is the northeast. The northeast of your house, the northeast of your drawing room, the northeast of your the plot or the property. Northeast is considered Jal Tattva. Jal Tattva means the place of water. Water is very important for our lives. Earth is covered with 75% water. So always remember, to enhance the energies of the northeast, there should always be some kind of water body in the northeast. A lot of people have fish tanks. We always advise them, have a fish tank in the northeast. Have a pool. Suppose you are having a big villa or a big house and you want to design a pool. So check out the compass and check out the northeast of your property and try to have a pool or a small water body over there. This will help you immensely in terms of prosperity. So let us talk a little bit about the bedroom part of Vastu. See, bedroom is the place where we spend a lot of time, at least 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours every day when we sleep in the bedroom. So a bedroom, any Vastu defect in the bedroom affects our sleep and affects relationship between husband and wife, relationship or family life. So there should be, Vastu Shastra of the bedroom plays a very important role in terms of relationships, in terms of good sleep. So there are certain rules in Vastu Shastra in terms of bedroom that we will be discussing today. So first and foremost, remember, your bedroom should always be in the southwest of your house. If it is not possible, try to keep it closer to the southwest. That will be better. Never sleep in the northeast. Never sleep in the northwest. See, northeast is the direction of water. So water is basically instability. Northwest is the direction of Vayu. Vayu is air. That is also instable. It is keep on moving. Southwest is the direction of earth. It is the direction of earth. So sleeping in the southwest basically is the direction of stability. Few important points you should remember whenever in terms of the bedroom vastu. Never use dark colors in the bedroom. Never use blue. Never use black. Avoid grays, because then it kind of it gives a depressing energy. Bedrooms should always have bright colors, light colors, peach colors, yellowish colors, golden colors. Even red, lighter red would be fine. Secondly, remember, you should always sleep with your head in the south direction. Head in the south direction will give you fantastic sleep. Many times I have visited the houses of people and they tell me, so we have this fantastic house. In the old house, we used to have a very good sleep, but in this house, we are not able to sleep properly. And when I check out the bed direction, they are sleeping with the head in the north. Now, if you want to understand a little bit about the science, the magnetic energy flows from north to south. So if we sleep in that line of magnetic energy, our sleep gets disturbed. So we should sleep opposite the path of magnetic energy. We should sleep with our head in the south, legs in the north. This will give you fantastic sleep. Also remember, very, very important, many times people tell us that we are having problems in relationships or health issues when we shifted into the new house. So when I check out the house, I have seen many people are having mirrors opposite their bed. Now, mirror opposite the bed is a very, very big Vastu dosh. It will basically, it sort of destroys the health and relationship between the couple. So always avoid mirrors opposite the bed. It should be adjacent so nothing gets reflected. Your body, you should not be reflected in the mirror when you sleep. And always use light colors. So let us come to the kitchen part. The kitchen plays a very important role in Vastu. It is believed that if the kitchen is good, if the kitchen is proper in Vastu Shastra, the female of the house is happy. The female members of the daughter, the wife, the mother is always happy when the kitchen is in the right direction. So as per Vastu, we try to have the kitchen in the southeast. We advise our clients, try to keep the kitchen in the southeast, or if not possible, closer to the southeast, somewhere in the east direction. So that is the Agni Sthan as per the rules of Vastu Shastra. Another thing is that many times people tell us that we are unable to cook the food in the way we want to cook. It's not getting cooked properly. The taste is not good. What is the problem? The problem is that many times the person is facing the south or the west direction while cooking. Many times when you face the south or west direction, it is believed in Vastu Shastra that the cooking or the food is not cooked properly, or many times the person is least interested in cooking. I had just visited few days back to a client's place, and the female, they shifted to a new house about a year back, and the gentleman said that my wife used to cook fantastic food in the old house, but since the last 1 year, she's lost interest. She's not interested to go to the kitchen. And when I checked out the kitchen, I was shocked that there was a huge beam in the center of the kitchen. This is a major Vastu dosh. When you have a beam above your head while you cook, you lose interest in cooking. So this also plays a very important role. When you cook, the upper portion or the ceiling should be flat. There should be no beams. Always try to have the gas in a position such that you face the east direction while cooking, and you will feel that the food is cooked properly and the person enjoys cooking the food. They find that they find it very interesting and very therapeutic to cook food. So these are certain rules you have to follow for the kitchen. Let us discuss a little bit about the bathroom part, the toilets or the bathroom part in Vastu Shastra. Now, bathrooms play a very big role in either benefiting, enhancing, or destroying the complete vastu of the house. You may have a fantastic house with the door in the east, a master bedroom in the southwest, the kitchen in the northeast. But I have seen a case in my experience, a person had all these positive things, also all the rules were followed, but they created a bathroom in the northeast of the house for the maid. Now, this is a major Vastu dosh. As I had spoken earlier, the northeast is the place of positive energy. It is a place of God, blessings, mandir. So, having a bathroom in the northeast, in spite of all the other good points, it totally messes up your life. Bathroom in the northeast gives financial instability. So, always remember that bathroom should always be in the west part of the house, northwest part of the house. These are the places where bathroom is advisable. If not, at least avoid bathrooms in the north and in the northeast of the house. Certain places, if there is a bathroom which is not proper, except for the north and northeast, we have remedies. The ancient sages has given us many remedies to reduce the effect of the bathroom. Now let us discuss a little bit about the mandir. See, in Vastu Shastra, it is believed that every house should have a small temple, mandir, or a place where you keep the idols' photographs, because that is how you sort of enhance the energies of the house. Little bit of prayer, little bit of meditation is very important. In Vastu Shastra, we believe that the northeast is the place of the temple. The northeast is the place where the gods reside. In Vastu Shastra, it is believed that Kuber and Mahalakshmi enter your house through the north. So there should be windows in the north, doors in the north, opening in the north. And it is believed that Mahalakshmi sits in the northeast. The gods sit in the northeast of your house. So have a mandir in the northeast. Have photographs of your gods in the northeast. It is believed to have a photograph of Lakshmi, Ganesh, Saraswati, your Isht Devi, Isht Devta, any god that you pray to in the northeast with a small temple. It is always advisable to have a wooden temple. Always advisable to do a little bit of diya agarbatti in the morning to enhance the energies of the temple. What happens is that when you pray, when you meditate in the northeast gets strengthened. Northeast relates to savings, education, prosperity, happiness. Hundreds of things you get when you have a good northeast in the house. Hundreds of positive things you can, and you can feel, you can feel in the over a period of time that once you shift the temple in the northeast, once you start praying in the northeast, how your life changes immensely.
Stop, Mr. Lamba, because we are getting so many questions.
Okay, it's fine.
So I think we should go to the questions now.
Yes, surely.
So I want, like everybody, if they want to ask it themselves, I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself and ask it yourself, or if you want, I can read it out. So while I do that process, maybe I can ask the question which is already in the chat section. One is that, is it relevant in the US? You know, everybody talks about it, that yes, it's important in India, but is it relevant in the US as well?
See, as long as people want prosperity, happiness, good relations, growth, success, it is relevant in any part of the country. I have been consulting to clients in more than 40, 50 countries around the world. And the rules of Vastu Shastra are based on the elements of nature, on fire, earth, water, the gravitational forces, which is the same everywhere. Only thing is that it's best that people start following Vastu from the base, from construction of property. The moment you start following Vastu during the construction stage, it immensely benefits. and it immensely benefits any caste, creed, country, anybody and everybody. Because this is what I have seen. I have been consulting, and people have been giving me fantastic feedback over the period of time. It takes a few months for the energies to start to develop, but people, once they start following the rules of Vastu, irrespective of any country, anywhere in the world, you are going to get the results.
So, Amitji, we have another question. And the question is that in the US, you have pre-built houses. So,
Yes.
we don't have much of a choice, like, and also not a lot of people are going to construct their own house.
Yes.
In that respect, for people who are professionals, who are living in,
Yes.
different kind of accommodations,
Yes.
I don't have much
A
flexibility.
scope. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
put my
Absolutely. Yes.
bed, where I
Mm.
where I have my entrance. So, what would you suggest for somebody like me? For example, I'm
Yeah.
talking from my own. I have a
Mhm.
southwest facing entrance, and that is supposed to be
It is not considered good in Vastu.
yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what can I do within the limitations? I want to
See,
follow it.
let me tell you. Yeah. See, this is a question that a lot of people ask me, that even in India, like 99% of people move into already constructed houses. The builders construct the buildings, and then people move into those buildings. Rarely, nowadays people build their own houses because the property is very expensive, the land is very expensive. Now, what in Vastu Shastra, we also have remedies. There are lots of remedies for every issue. So we try to fit maximum Vastu in anybody's house. We try to give them the maximum advice which is possible. And if the certain advice is, they feel they are unable to follow those rules, then we have to provide them with remedies. Remedies are very simple to implement, and they're not even expensive. So certain places, we always tell clients, try to fit maximum Vastu. Even if it takes a little bit of breaking down of stuff here and there, moving the furniture, try to do it. And if it is not possible, then the second option is the remedies part. Even for a south-facing house like you have, there are many remedies for a south-facing house which can reduce the negativity in that direction.
Thank you, Amitji. So, we have another question now. Is it okay to have steps facing the entrance of the house directly opposite?
No, it is not considered okay to have steps facing the house. Uh, if you have steps facing the house, one remedy is that sort of camouflage those steps. You can create some kind of a camouflage or some kind of a curtain or Venetians to hide those steps so they are not visible when the door is open. You can, I mean, you cannot remove the steps obviously because they are constructed earlier. But if you are starting a new construction, we never advise them. But if you have those steps, always camouflage them with some curtains or some kind of Venetian blinds so that they're not visible.
Thank you, Amitji, for that question as well. I think some of the people are also asking what is like the one tip that you would say. So I don't know anything about Vastu. I'm interested in the concept. What is the most important tip that's easy for me to implement in my life?
Most important tip is declutter your house. Remove all the unwanted crap, unwanted furniture, old books, old, old, anything that you have which is unwanted. Because many times when I visit people's houses, they say, "This is my grandfather's stuff. This is my grandmother's stuff. We have all saved it." There's no need, all that old stuff. It's cluttered in the house. It creates, it gets filled with a lot of dust, and it creates a lot of negative energy. To start with, in Vastu Shastra, we believe in cleanliness. We believe in decluttering everything, especially the corners. The corners play a very, very important role in Vastu Shastra. The four corners, that is the northeast, which is the place of prosperity. Southeast is Agni, energy. Southwest is Prithvi, and northwest is Vayusthana. So, except for the southwest, which should always be heavy, we have to declutter the other direction. The second most important tip is the northeast should be very clean, and there should be a temple in the northeast. Once you shift the temple in the northeast, within a few days, maybe in a week, 10 days time, you will start to feel very positive changes happening in your house.
Thank you so much. Is it possible, Mr. Lamba, that we just, if we are not able to shift the entire temple in the northeast? Can we just put pictures of deities there so that we can?
See, I would advise to shift the entire temple. Reason is that you should pray in the northeast. It's just not the. It is not that you should have a picture in the northeast. You should sit down and meditate for a few minutes, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes every morning. Pray in the northeast. Do a little bit of diya agarbatti. Put a small diya, ancestral agarbatti. It is not about having a photograph. It is about meditating and praying over there. A lot of people are into yoga. So it is always advisable to have the yoga in the northeast. You should do yoga in the northeast. You should do meditation in the northeast. So it enhances the energies of the northeast. So I would prefer to shift the entire temple in the northeast.
And what are the good remedies for a south-facing house? Now, I think there are a lot of people who are asking these questions.
Yeah.
So, I think that is one big thing. What is one remedy that you can say that I can easily
See, there are numerous remedies for a south-facing houses. We need to check out the plan, but you can tell your clients to connect with you, and we can do a one-on-one session with them. And one simple remedy for the south direction: always have a photo frame of Panchamukhi Hanuman. Panchamukhi Hanuman is photo frame of Panchamukhi Hanuman, two photo frames basically. One outside the house, one inside the house. The photo frame inside the house should be above the door, facing inside. The photo frame of Panchamukhi Hanuman outside the house should face the outside, the main road or whatever. So this is the best remedy because Hanumanji has the energy or the power to protect you from the south facing house.
This conversation can go on for a very, very long time, but I think to the end of our session, we have only the last 2 or 3 minutes left. So Amitji, I think we are really, really privileged today. You've given us so many useful tips, and there are people already asking us, how do we get in touch with you? And we will definitely ask all of them to get in touch with our team, and we will connect you with Amitji, and we will make sure that you get a personal session. You can discuss your issues, and we will try and find a solution that fits with this modern lifestyle that we have. We are not able to break a lot of walls. We are not able to break a lot of things. So at least let's try and minimize the negative impact on our lives. We are living in tough times, and we really hope
absolutely.
With Amitji that we can create a healthier environment for all of us. Really, really appreciate
it was my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I really enjoyed, and we hope we'll do much more seminars like this, and basically create awareness about Vastu, because a lot of people have read or have seen on television, but they really do not understand the concept of Vastu, and it is very important before they start with the Vastu, they should understand the concept of Vastu, how it will impact their lives. And once you start, maybe you start a little bit of Vastu at your house, you will see the effects, and then people start to get into more detailed Vastu analysis. And that's what I've seen. I always tell people, start with the simple things in Vastu Shastra. You will start feeling the effects. Once you start feeling the effects, you will believe it, and definitely Vastu is a science for everybody. It's not an Indian science. It's a universal science.
Thank you, Amitji. We have one last question before you go. Just
absolutely.
People are interested in knowing, do indoor plants play a role in Vastu?
Absolutely, they play a role in Vastu. See, you should have the small plants, like in Vastu Shastra, we believe that you should have money plants, Chinese bamboo, or small flowering plants, maybe yellow color plants, sunflower, in the northeast. So, and if you have a heavy or a bigger plants or a big sort of a tall plants in the house, always keep them in the south and the southwest of your house. So that is the Vastu Shastra in plants. There's a very big chapter in plants. We can discuss it in detail sometime later. But the main is that have small plants like money. See, northeast is the direction of financial prosperity, growth. Money plant connects to that. Chinese bamboo connect to that. So have a Chinese bamboo or a money plant in the northeast of your house. It will immense. It will benefit you immensely.
Thank you, Amitji. You have a great day ahead of you, and to all my
Thank you.
friends in the US who have joined us, have a good evening. Thank you for joining, making the time, and we'll come back with many, many more tips. See you soon.
Thank you.
And all
Thank you.
your contact details are available in the chat section. You can contact us through myvedikroots.com or even through our Facebook site with the same name, My Vedic Roots. We've also shared our phone numbers there in the US. So please do tune in for more sessions and connect with us if you have any more queries. Thank you, Mr. Lamba. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Vedic Roots. Thank you.